You're treating it a bit like a souped-up Google, right? Asking for facts, summaries, maybe, helping out with some quick homework.
Yeah, and that's fine, but you're honestly leaving so much potential on the table. That's really our mission today, isn't it? To get you past that advanced Google stage.
Definitely.
Because the numbers are pretty staggering. We're talking 800 million people using ChatGPT right now. Think about that.
Wow.
It took the internet, 10 years to hit that kind of number? ChatGPT did it in 3. This isn't just some passing fad. It's a fundamental shift.
Absolutely. And there's so much noise out there, isn't there? You see these flashy headlines or, those endless top 10 prompts lists.
Which, let's be honest, usually just lead you back to the same generic results everyone else is getting.
Exactly. So we've dug into the sources, and we want to focus on, 3 core shifts. Practical things, functional features that take you from just using AI to actually kind of architecting its output.
Yeah, we need to cut through that noise because the difference between getting, say, a really bland, unusable summary and something polished and, tailored to you, it all comes down to context.
Okay, let's break that down because this really is the foundation. Mastering this tech means mastering the prompt. It's not just what you ask. It's more about the setup, the environment you create before you ask.
You've got to think of yourself as like an AI whisperer. If you just chuck in a generic question, explain blockchain, for instance,
right,
you'll get back exactly what everyone else gets. That standard boilerplate definition, digital ledger, immutable, decentralized, crypto this, crypto that. It's accurate, sure, but kind of useless on its own. It doesn't do anything specific for you.
And that's where the sources really emphasize being explicit. You've got to give the AI these 3 key pieces. First one, role and context. Don't just talk to the machine, give it a persona.
Exactly. You tell it, okay, you are an experienced scriptwriter. You specialize in viral educational videos for, say, teenagers. And then you tell it who you are. I'm a Web3 educator, and my audience is middle management. Okay. So that immediately sets the tone and the complexity level right off the bat. Then comes the second bit, the task. That's pretty straightforward. Write a 1 to 3 minute YouTube script explaining blockchain.
Simple enough. But the third part, expectations, that's where the magic happens.
This is where you come in. Your voice.
Yeah.
You specify the tone, conversational,
yeah,
sarcastic, formal.
Yeah.
You demand no jargon. Use real life examples people can actually grasp. And crucially, you tell it the structure. It needs a strong hook, maybe 3 main points, a clear call to action at the end.
And the difference in what comes out, it's night and day. The generic one might start with, today we will discuss decentralized ledger technology. Boring.
Totally.
But the contextual one, the one you shaped, might start with something like, ever sent money online and just wondered where it actually goes? Or who's watching? That hooks you instantly.
Because you told it how to hook the audience. And this leads to a really important warning, I think, for anyone listening who uses this professionally.
Go on.
If you stick to generic prompts, you're going to get generic commodity output. And if your work looks just like everyone else's AI-generated stuff, you risk becoming a commodity yourself in the job market.
Oof. Yeah, that's a sobering thought.
The only way to stand out is to really bake your specific voice, your personality, your unique context into every single prompt. That context, that's your value.
That makes a ton of sense. Okay, so if we can tailor it to sound like us, the next logical step is tailoring it to teach us better. Which brings us nicely to segment 2. Using AI for genuinely personalized learning and research. Let's talk about tutor mode.
Right, tutor mode or study and learn. This is way more than just getting definitions. Think of it like having a personal tutor on call 24/7. You ask it to teach you something complex, say quantum physics.
It doesn't just dump the textbook definition on you. I sort of assumed it would.
See, that's the cool part. It doesn't. The first thing it does, based on what we've seen, is it asks about you. It gauges your current understanding. Okay, are you starting from absolute zero here, or do you maybe have some background in classical mechanics?
Like a real teacher would. Meet the student where they are.
Exactly. It follows a proper pedagogical process. And this tackles something really important the sources highlighted, that fear of asking the quote-unquote stupid question.
Oh, yeah, totally. In a classroom, you might hesitate to ask for a basic definition again, or for clarification.
But with tutor mode, there's no judgment. You can ask it to explain the same concept 5 different ways. Challenge its examples, go over the basics again and again until it clicks.
That's incredibly valuable for deep learning.
And it doesn't stop at explaining. Once you feel like you're getting it, you can say, okay, quiz me.
Really?
Yep. Ask it for multiple choice questions, standard questions, whatever format helps you test yourself right then and there. It makes learning active, not passive.
Okay. Shifting gears slightly within learning and research, let's talk about bringing the physical world in. Inputting files, even photos. This feels like a major step beyond just text.
Oh, absolutely is. Uploading files, big PDFs, your own notes, spreadsheets, and having the AI digest, summarize, or find specific info in seconds, that's huge for research efficiency.
Sure.
But the photo analysis stuff,
Yeah.
some of the use cases are genuinely surprising.
Like the bookshelf example, I honestly wouldn't have thought of that.
Right. Your bookshelf is a total mess. You need that specific blue-covered book you know is somewhere near a mug. Snap a photo, upload it, ask, where is it?
Okay.
And it can often find it visually.
Okay, that's kind of wild. But what about more professional uses?
Think design or architecture. You take a picture of a room that's under construction, maybe exposed pipes or certain wall texture, upload it, and ask for suggestions. What paint colors would work here? Could a certain style of furniture fit this layout? It analyzes the visual information.
That's practical.
Or even everyday things. Got a complicated form, visa application, tax form, whatever. Upload a picture or the PDF. Ask it, what does field D14 actually mean? Or what documents do I need for this section? It's like having an instant specialized helper.
Okay, but as soon as you say uploading photos of my room or my tax forms, the big red flag goes up.
Yeah.
Privacy. What's the official line? How do you use this without feeding all your personal data into the machine?
Crucial question. And there are controls. You need to go into your settings, look for data controls. So there's usually an option like improve the model for everyone or similar.
Right.
You want to turn that off. That tells the platform, don't use my chats to train your future AI models. And obviously, basic common sense applies.
Yeah.
If you're uploading something really sensitive, maybe mask out account numbers, social security numbers, passwords, that kind of thing first. Good advice. Always practice safe uploading. Okay, let's move into our final segment. This is all about efficiency and workflow. Making the AI consistently work for you, especially for repetitive tasks. If you're doing that detailed prompting we talked about earlier every single day, well, that's where custom GPTs come in.
Yes, custom GPTs. This is usually a paid feature, but honestly, it's where you get massive time savings. Think of it like building a specialized AI assistant that already knows exactly how you want things done.
So instead of pasting that giant 500-word prompt every time I want, say, a LinkedIn post.
Which totally defeats the point of saving time, right?
Exactly.
With a custom GPT, you invest the time once upfront. Maybe it takes 30 minutes. You meticulously define your LinkedIn ghostwriter. You tell it the role, the tone, conversational short sentences, target C-suite execs, the structure, always end with a question, all those expectations we discussed.
You preload it all?
You preload everything. Then from that day forward, you open your custom LinkedIn ghostwriter, you just type in the topic for the day, future of remote work, and boom. It generates the post in the right style, right tone, hitting all your preset requirements.
Instantly. That upfront setup saves you minutes every single day. Adds up to hours a month, and it ensures consistency. That's really moving into power user territory.
And speaking of managing complex work, another feature for power users seems to be projects. Because if you're working on something long-term, that chat sidebar just becomes an absolute mess.
It becomes unusable after a while. Projects is the answer to that. It lets you create a dedicated hub for a specific long-term piece of work. So you might create a project called Q4 marketing campaign or computer science exam prep.
Okay.
And everything related to that project, all the files you upload like ebooks or research papers as PDFs, all your notes, and every single chat conversation you have about it gets stored together in that one project space.
The big advantage there must be retrieval, right? And maybe collaboration.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
6 months later, you need to find that specific chat where you discussed budget allocation for the Q4 campaign. It's right there on the project.
Yeah.
Or if your manager needs to see the progression of your research for the exam prep, they can look inside the project and see the whole context, not just scattered chats. It turns chaos into an organized knowledge base.
Very useful for bigger tasks. Okay, one last area. Connecting ChatGPT to other apps. I always sort of assumed this was more for developers, but the examples seem pretty mainstream.
Yeah, this is surprisingly practical. It's usually in settings, under something like apps or connectors. Take Spotify.
Right.
You connect it. Now, don't just ask for a generic running playlist. Get specific. Tell it. Create a 1-hour morning playlist. Use international indie songs. Start calm, build energy gradually, peak around 50 minutes.
That's a pretty complex instruction.
It is. But the AI can parse that. And because it's connected, it doesn't just give you a list of songs. It actually creates that playlist directly in your Spotify account.
Okay, that's pretty neat. What about other examples? Travel.
Sure. Connect it to something like Booking.com. You can ask for, say, the cheapest hotel near the Eiffel Tower for these specific dates, but only show me ones where user reviews mention quiet rooms and good breakfast. It uses the AI's power to sift through the booking site's data with much more nuance than the site's own filters might allow.
Or for learning, maybe finding courses.
Exactly. Connect to Coursera or similar platforms. Find courses not just by topic, but filter by minimum rating, keywords and user feedback like engaging instructor, or even the instructor's specific background. It saves you hours of manually comparing options.
This really paints a different picture. It's been a real deep dive. I think the main takeaway, the big mindset shift for you listening, is that AI isn't just a reactive search engine. It's a resource. You need to actively direct it, manage it, almost train it to work the way you need it to. You're the architect.
Yeah, the goal is really to train your own brain to start thinking with it side by side as a collaborator. And okay, here's a final thought. Something maybe a bit overlooked, but incredibly powerful, especially for those long research threads or complex discussions we mentioned. Have you ever been, 50 messages deep in a chat and realized you went down a rabbit hole about 10 messages ago?
Oh, all the time. And you don't want to start over because the first 40 messages had good stuff.
Exactly. There's a feature, often called branching chats or something similar. You can actually go back in the conversation history to the point before it went off track.
Like a choose-your-own-adventure for the chat.
Kind of. You find the last useful message and you branch the conversation from there. The AI remembers everything up to that point, but forgets the unproductive detour that followed.
Wow.
So you can then give it a new direction, a fresh command, right from that relevant point, without losing all the valuable context you built up earlier. It's fantastic for refining ideas or correcting course during long sessions.
Okay, that's a fantastic tip to end on. Use branching. Build those custom GPTs. Upload those photos and files. That's how you move beyond advanced Google.
That's how you unlock the real power.
Thank you for diving deep with us today.